For the milestone 3 of Minesweeper, my name is Methus Sirasudhi. So for the task 1, software implementation. This project has been used the Python 3 to create all the version of the Minesweeper game. So I use the PyCharm, and PyCharm package is contain Pygame to generate the graphic of the Python code. And the game function has a different level, and the user also can create the level by themselves by create row, column, and a number of the bomb. And for the last version have the background music. In this definition menu, the menu generate the background of the game. So the user interface is come from this function, and you can also see the easy level. I use the elementary school. So the game in the easy level have the 5 multiple 5 table and have 5 bomb. And this is the high school level is normal, and university is the difficult level. So this is the interface for the menu. When the user start the game, so the user can see the pink background with the logo of the game, and the user can choose the level. Inside the game, you can see the gate. It's a pink gate, and this one is the number for help the user to guess the bomb, and the gray color is the mark or the flag. For the information bar, I provide the number of the bomb, and the flag has been used will appear here. And this one is a high school level and university level. So the figure below here is the custom function. So the custom function can help the user to create the new state. So the user can select, for example, 7 column and 8 row, and inside the game have the 7 mine or the bomb. And on the right picture, you can see have a 7 column and 8 row, and the bomb in the back color have the 7 bombs. For task 2, crossing platform. So this game has been tested. I use the Mac OS to create the game, but if I transfer my game data to PyCharm in Windows, it also can run as well if you have all the packages like Python game. And if you want to test, you must download PyTest in the PyCharm application. For this one is the evidence that I have been used the version control. I choose the GitHub because it's easy to use and the unit test. So I, for example, I will taste the bottle. If I taste the bottle, I have to click something. So and its results will taste or pass for the full function, like the click the bottle and click in, kick out, and hovering. So I use the access fails or access true to specify the taste. So for task 2, unfortunately, I cannot create the hex version uh, due to some error of the program when I try to create, but it's unsuccessful. In task 3, uh, at the game, I have the hidden point in the logo of the game here. So if you click in here, so it results in switch the pink to the black color. So I can taste the, so this one is the pink version. When I click here, it will result in the black color, and when I go inside, the disc is become black. So for what task 1, 2, 3 has been finished, so we go through the object 1. So the object 1 is about the design principle. So the software principle should be designed before starting write the code or the software implementation. So it must consider the importance of the least privilege that could be used in every level of the program system, including all the process, database, and user in the environment of the software. For the Minesweeper game, no matter the user choose the feature of the game, click on somewhere, the user should not be able to access the file, and the program must not impact to the other system of the device. For the fail self-default, the user cannot access the source file before receive the permission of the system. The separate of concern in this game, so to play the game, the player 1 can play only, not to play with the other. So if the second player want to play, must wait for the first player finish the game. The coupling of the game is about the relationship of the component, and the cohesion specify the element of the component. In this case, the Minesweeper game should create the coding as high cohesion and low coupling. The code pattern should make up for the class rather than the function. The second object is about the design process. The design process is also important for both the developer and player. because the design indicates the requirement of the game through the interface. So while the game design presents as the accessible software, the game has changed to the model wheels control that's based on the class and function of the code, and yet the game was created by the single code structure, as you can see in the figure. So in this figure, I have been create the text for the class button, game, class info bar, and class type that will responsibility of the game calculation, control section, and menu interface respectively. The architecture design includes a sub-element of the game as a background music. You can see the BGM. I put some music file here. The object tree is about the system model. In this part, I use the 80-20 rule that's for design the game, because the most of the user use just only 20% of the feature in the application. Minesweeper, that is the game. When user play, user must avoid the bomb by clicking the gate and calculate the nearby bomb from the number under the gate. So I provide two figures for explain how to calculate the bomb and the game. On the left hand side is the update function. The update function is working when the user click on the grid and to find the bomb. So this function will update if the grid hasn't contained the bomb. And the right hand is is inside the function update. When the user click on the bomb, this function will working. So to click on the gate, if the user click on the bomb, the result in the game over. But if the user click on the blank space, the gate will become -1, and also at the same time, if user use the mouse on the gate that contain the bomb will result in -1 as well. For the object flow is the design paradigm. For the software development perspective, the Minesweeper game is designed for the basic computer game that requires time, challenge level, and the score. But in this version, I create the different level to challenge the player and customize state that the player can make the level by themselves. With the example of the model wheels control, or we know as the MVC. In Object 5 is the software architecture. The model's MVC architecture could reflect to the functional requirement in the technique reacting. This technique requires the software to respond back to the user on the user interface. For example, if the user used the controller to pass the data to the model will update the data back to the wheels function, the wheel section. For example, the monitor. Yeah, the user can see the reaction of themselves. For the object 6, The design pattern. Design pattern that used in the game is the event trigger and push-pull pattern. The design pattern could fix the redundancy issue in the system. Furthermore, design pattern could solve many problems in the software. For instance, web-based applications should have been designed by the pattern because the most of the web application receive user information and calculate in the data store or database, then represent back to the user interface as an output. In the Minesweeper case, the event trigger and push-pull pattern has been used, and the controller meets the event to pull the data, then present in the user views. Object 7, user interface and event driven. In Minesweeper code, the event driven is used by PyCharm package called Pygame that can generate the graphic into the user interface. In this packet, the developer can directly point the size of the window, such as the 500 and 550. Then create the screen from Pygame library. You can see the if I want to fill the pink color in the background, so I can just put in the definition menu by using screen.fill and color in the bracket. So, and if I want to put the text, so I can specify text as the font.renders. So it will come up with the Minesweeper in the black color. And to locate the my text, I can use the screen.blit to locate where should I put in the window or interface. To explain the MVC in Object 8 is about the model view controller. MVC is the pattern that user input to the system, then results back to the software output from based on three interconnections such as model, wheels, and controller. In each interconnection handle the different case of the application, while the user requests command through the controller. All commands pass the models and receive the data, and then provide back to the user as a result in the wheel section. So, MVC has capable to provide the multiple view as well. For the mobile section, there are many techniques to access the software. However, duplication codes can be complete less than the other type of the pattern due to the duplication has separated all the logical data from the program interface. MVC also has the advantage of the return the data without the format of the data. It means the same item can be used in every interface. Object 9 is the property. So, to be a good software, the software, the developer must follow the properties such as correction. Correction is the system of the software should be the maintainable. It can be fixed and have some error or crash. Integrity. So it means unauthorized users should not gain the permission and access to the source file. And then reliability. All the functions in the program must specify user to meet the functional requirement. And it must have the security. The software must contain at least the basic data protection for the user or for the device. Safety. Of course, the application must not cause any trouble in the environment or device. Maintainability is the software should handle the unexpected change, cache, or some error, and it can be maintained by patch or fixed through in the code. And overall understanding to use the software. Every software must be easy to understand for the user. And the last object is object 10. So to design document, the introduction will contain the purpose of the design. The purpose of design is to achieve the goal of the software and match to the function of the program. Overview of the system. Functional requirement, non-functional requirement, and constraint must be specified and match to the software purpose. Accessibility report to analyze and specify the function in the software that can be done or what else cannot be done. And then concept and design by using the computer language, the tools, and the system environment. The second part is about the system architecture design. So the architecture design is based on the user model such as the MVC to work on the software pattern. The system design make sure all the function in the system is work and could explain as the flowcharts or the activity diagram. The detailed design is it should be represented in the small parts, so you can taste by using unit text or some whiteboard text. Object orient to create the specific case and check the relationship between the subsystem and to specify the security, to specify the principle of the application privilege, fail-safe defaults, and the separation of concern, including the explanation of the information hiding, low coupling, high cohesion, and encapsulation of the data. And the last part is about the system modeling design to match the program structure and the use of the product based on the requirement. So, thank you.